The sanitation worker was just about to eat by the roadside, but a passerby kicked over his lunchbox. He thought the man would apologize, but instead the angry guy threw his newly bought lottery ticket at him, then stomped on his lunch to vent his frustration. The next second a broadcast announced a winning ticket. The worker looked down and realized all the numbers on the ticket matched. He ran excitedly to the store to verify it. The store owner saw he was a sanitation worker and assumed he only won a few hundred, but after checking he was shocked to find the ticket had won $1 billion jackpot. The worker was overjoyed and quickly snatched the ticket back from the owner's hand. Overnight he became rich and immediately quit his cleaning job, then brought expensive gifts to visit his daughter-in-law. But when she opened the door and saw his dusty and shabby appearance, she cursed at him thinking he was a beggar collecting junk. He quickly explained that he was her future father-in-law and took out a bag of farm eggs to help her with nutrition, but she scornfully knocked them to the ground. Then his son came out after hearing the commotion and was a bit surprised to see his father. He thought after recognizing each other they could sit down and talk, but the scheming woman instantly turned cold and said if he dared let the man step inside, she would file for divorce immediately. The son knew he was a live-in son-in-law and had no say in this house, so he helplessly persuaded his father to leave. The father understood his son's difficulties and decided to share the news about the lottery. He bent down to pick up the plastic bag on the ground, which held $500,000 in cash, planning to help with a down payment, but the son pushed it away without even looking, not giving his father a chance to explain, and hurriedly kicked him out. Inside the house, his wife was furious and slapped him across the face, calling him a loser who needs loans just to buy a house, and still dared bring his father to the city. She didn't realize the entire conversation was clearly heard by the father standing outside. Knowing his son was humiliated in front of his wife, the father decided to buy a house for him. He immediately went to the same community the daughter-in-law mentioned, and without a word, bought the most expensive villa on the spot. The sales manager was stunned and immediately arranged a welcome ceremony with the team. At the same time, the son and his wife also came to check out the houses. The woman saw the grand setup and was still clueless. As soon as they entered, a co-worker told them a mysterious VIP just paid in full for villa number 1 and warned her not to offend this big shot. Then the father spotted his son in the crowd and happily walked over, wanting to say he had bought the most expensive villa, but the daughter-in-law assumed he came to snoop around their choice and shamelessly move in later. She told her husband to kick him out immediately. Her parents also mocked him, saying such a shabby man didn't belong there. The father clearly stated his purpose, that he came to collect the deed, but no one believed a cleaner could afford a villa, let alone have the manager run errands for him. The son reminded his wife that there was a VIP visiting today, maybe it was his dad, but she instantly denied it, and even asked her husband to kick him out again. Without thinking, the son moved to push his father away. As the father tried to explain, the son slapped him across the face, unaware that at this moment, the manager had already prepared the property documents, but the son still lashed out at him, calling him a disgrace and ungrateful, then loudly declared he was cutting ties with his father. Seeing how heartless his son was, the father agreed to end the relationship and turned to leave, but the daughter-in-law blocked the doorway. The agent nearby asked him to kneel and clean the floor he dirted, and the son not